Failed with major repairs. Technical repair report for bidding. Restoration with permit by a fully licensed vendor. Engineer oversight. 3 site visits. Certification with owner liability in lieu of a load test. Load test still may be required by the AHJ.
Okay, this is Fire Escape Engineers, 866-649-0333. We're over here, 3-story fire escape, and this is the inspector summary video. This is a pass-fail video. This is a pre-existing non-conforming structure. You need an EPA renovator's license. This is definitely pre-1978 and more than likely contains lead. There will be no welding. This structure must be structurally sound and painted. This is a pre-load test evaluation, and let's get started. Okay, we're here up on the top floor, and the condition of this fire escape, it looks like it has not been maintained in a while. We got issues right off the bat. Number one, this ladder that goes up to the roof. When you come down, you got less than a foot in there. I don't even know how you come down and get out, but there's no room between the ladder. You probably need an expanded platform. The platform itself appears to be 3x3, and then you have this like 18-inch walk, and then like a 2x3 over here, and then you descend down. The platform itself is it consists of a 1.5 by 1.5 angle that kind of makes up the cage for it, and it runs around. The railing acts as part of that cage. The angle for the railing acts as part of the cage. The railing is looks like it's 2-inch by 2-inch for the top rail. Balustrades are 1/2-inch solid. Then you got the same on the bottom. You got 2-inch by 1 inch for the bottom part of the rail, and that's all incorporated into the platform. The platform itself, the slats are they are 1.5 inches. They are by 1.5 inches by 1/4, and then they appear to all be welded or riveted to the structure. The platform itself may not be evident on the video, but it's slightly slanting toward sloping down away from the building. You have a little debris. You got a problem here because the means of egress is blocked by the air conditioner. And then you've got, it looks like originally this was square, and now it's a little bit cocked, like the whole thing's bent a little bit. This top part looks different from the next part of the video when we go down, and I just want to give you a shot over here, and then we'll start our descent down. As you can see, it's the same type of configuration, and let me get this out so you can see what's going again. Again, this looks like it's 2 inches, 1 inch. You got your balustrades. They're 1/2 inch in diameter solid. You got a 2-inch by 2-inch rail. You have it looks like original hardware here. This holds, it's bolted and it holds the rail together. And we're about to descend down these stairs. They're kind of steep, so I'm going to have to get readjusted here. and down we'll go. Okay, there's extensive rust and rust jacking throughout the structure. And this particular staircase, it hasn't been maintained, and many of the treads are they're actually bending. They're bending in, which is a sign of distress. And you can see here it's a riveted connection. At the clip there's rust and rust jacking. We got all kinds of problems in here. So that needs to be addressed. And you can see here just how far gone the tread is. This is bending up. It's the clip is probably needs replacement at this point. You have all original hardware. All that needs to be addressed. That's just a shot, and this is typical on this particular tread. The tread is it is 3 slats, 1.5 inch wide, 1/4 inch in depth, and that's typical, and it's riveted in. And then you can see just how poor a condition it is. There's rust jacking. These clips and hardware need to be replaced. Probably easier to, instead of rebuilding these, to get a manufactured tread and put that in. But this part of the fire escape is in really poor condition. You can see here, there's a hole that's rusted through right at the clip. And again, we have internal stress, rust jacking, and got some major problems on this particular flight. And I just want to give you a shot from underneath so you can see what's going on here. We got these small brackets. You got 2 larger brackets. The brackets appear to be 3/4. This particular one is it's warped. It may not show up on the video, but it is warped. That needs to be addressed. And then you have 1 smaller one, and again 2 bigger ones for the top platform. Okay, let me come back in now. Yep, I'll bring this back down. And now we're gonna come to this next part. We do have some debris here that should be cleaned out. So now this part of the fire escape looks newer. This is definitely old up here. I'm sure it's still pre-1978. You have a lot more welding on this, and on this, the rail appears to be 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch angle as the top rail. It looks like the posts are the same. It's been welded together. That should be bolted. Let me, right in here you can see. That should be bolted in there. It's welded. So, and again, this changes. You've got kind of a weird trip hazard here. This has been, I guess, in order to salvage this platform, somebody put this piece in to try to hold it together. It looks like from here on down, there's been other measures taken, and so we're going to proceed down here, and now you've got 4 slats on the tread. They appear to be a 2 inch by 1/4 inch also, but there are 4 of them. And you have this really kind of bad connection in here. You can see this is bolted here. It's It's kind of crazy. It's kind of a crazy formation right in here, and it's separating. They're trying to hold it together, and then you got this welded connection in here, and all of this, you need a clip in here. This is all unacceptable. You barely have a weld at all. So let's descend down. On the upper tread, you had a 6-inch flat stringer, and it appears to be the same for this one. It's just newer. So let's proceed down, and you can see there's rust and rust jacking in here, and this, it's not 3 slats, it's 2, I'm sorry, it's 2 angles and 2 slats in the middle. You got a middle weld, and then this is all welded on, and this is all welded on. So let's proceed down, and let me try to get a shot underneath so you can see the bolts. Just come in here. You can see the bolt. Oh, there's actually a bolt missing on this one, so there's some hardware missing. And we're going to proceed down. There's actually a dent on this one. Right here, it bends. So let me continue down. There are 11 treads on each one of these landings. It's 11 treads landing, 11 treads landing, 11 treads. So now we're at the next landing, and this landing is, it looks like you got 2.5-inch angle. You got 2 brackets that below. The brackets are welded together, and you've got slats that are 1.5 inches, and they're all welded together, all of the slats. So and then we're going to continue down, but just one note on this railing. The railing is welded together. It's 1.5 by 1.5. That's consistent. The 1.5, 1.5, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 middle rails, and they appear to be 1.5 by 1/4. That comes around this whole platform, and then when you go to the stairs, you've got it looks like 1.5 by 1.5, and then 1.5 for your intermediary part of the rail, and then your posts are also 1.5 by 1.5. You can see them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all welded together. So that should be bolted. There's questions about the top here. These, you should actually have bolts in here. You got rust and rust jacking in here. This is not as bad as the top, but you still have issues. The whole fire escape needs painting. And let me shrink this down, and we'll continue down from here. Let's get a better position here. Okay, so we're coming down, and we got the same issue. We got just really just like a spot weld there, barely anything. And the same thing here. And none of these welds look like they're professionally done. So, you're just not supposed to have welds on fire escapes. On top of it, it's just not well done. So, we descend down here, and I'll give you a few shots from underneath. And then let me just want to show you the different they do here. Seems like we got different stuff going on. Okay, well you got a major bolt for the platform itself, but on this it's welded. That should be bolted. Same thing here, same thing here. So we got the same problems. And then this does open, so we do have a lock that does open, so we do have a means of egress. So that concludes the inspector's summary video. This is Fire Escape Engineers.
Load test still may be required by the AHJ. Failed with major repairs. Technical repair report for bidding. Restoration with permit by a fully licensed vendor. Engineer oversight. 3 site visits. Certification with owner liability in lieu of a load test. Fire escape issues. Photos represent what the violations are, not where they are or how many exist. Pass-fail inspection, not technical repair report. Please call us with any questions. Thank you.